Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another session by OverPower Marketing. This is a Tuesday workshop, and the topic for today that we have is everything there is to know regarding products and how to manage it within the system. Now, when we talk about products, what are products? I mean, again, it's basic understanding, but every business can only be a business if they are selling something. Either they are selling their services or they're selling a physical product. Either way, it's a product. It can be termed as a physical product. For example, if it's a bottle like this, or if it's a watch, or if it's a phone, or it could be a digital service. It could be something like social media marketing, or maybe outsourcing, staffing. It could be digital advertising, anything like that, which is a service not directly linked with the product, or it could be a combination of both. Either way, how to set it up and where do you place it, and what are the different variations within it, and what are the different ways you can play with it. That is what you're trying to cover up today.
So I'm just going to be going over the general basics of how to create your product, and then I'm going to go over the fundamentals of it, such as the actual content of the product, the physical or it being digital, whether it be like a physical product or a course or a service. Go over the pricing, tax, as well as variations of the product. And then I'm going to pass it over to Mustafa, and he can explain the rest of the pipeline and such further on. So, first things first, you want to go into your sub account and go to payments. Then you want to go into products on the top bar right here. And then you want to create product. Now, first, we want to think of something that we can sell. And first things first, we need to decide if we want to do a physical product or if we want to do a digital product. Now, obviously, there is a major difference between the two, but you have to consider postal and delivery and all of that for physical products, whereas with digital, it's just going to be an online course or service similar to what OverPower Marketing does, which is we provide a software for our clients. Now, for this, we want to think of a product. Is there a particular product you have in mind, Mustafa? If not, I can just
Yeah,
create
absolutely,
one.
we can. Yeah, absolutely, we can start off with my watch over here. This is a
Mhm.
nice product, and if you get any sales, I just have one quantity and I'm not selling it.
Mhm. All right.
FYI.
Uh, is there a particular description you want to add to it?
Yeah, it's worn by Mustafa the Great, and that's about it. I mean, that explains everything.
All right. All right. There. We're done with the title of the product as well as the description. Next, we want to move down. A lot of the features within the product page is going to be a little more advanced. If you have any further questions about that, please ask that at the end or feel free to reach out. Now, next we want to go to product collection. Now, what this is if you ever been to an online store or such and it says like big summer sale or here's our summer collection, spring collection, this is what product collection would be. It is part of a gallery of items that are of one particular niche. And here you can put it in that collection. We don't have one at the moment, but just for future note. Next, we want to choose the product tax code. We would select a tax category that would apply for this product. Mustafa, do you have any idea what you would choose as the tax code for this? If not, I can just choose a random one.
You can just use a random one. I'm more on the tax saving side, so I don't usually think about tax. But hey, afterwards, just cut this out. I don't want to get an email or a post from IRS. So yeah.
All right, perfect. But there are plenty of tax codes on here, as you can see. I'm just going to be going with the first one, the $1 option buyout lease. And then next we have include tax in prices. This is basically going to be the option to either add tax to the price of the product or to not add tax product. So either very self-explanatory, either show it or do not. I think I will show tax along with this product, attach tax rates, and then we can also choose to add whatever we want to add. Right now we have discount of 15% off, so let's just add that. But you can also add your own tax rates as well. Next is the product media. This is basically going to be where you put your imagery of the product on your page. So we can choose from media storage, which is where we would find most of our media images anyways. Let's just choose a random one. Sure, AI agent. And then we have our product media. And then next we want to go over prices. Now we have the option of one time as well as reoccurring. Reoccurring is most commonly going to be used for any type of subscription or courses that you're going to be a part of. But in this case, we're not going to be doing that. We're just going to be doing a one-time purchase. All right, and we need to decide on how much we're going to sell this watch for. I think we'll just do $50 USD, and then track inventory, available quantity of 1. And then we do not want to continue selling when out of stock because we only have the 1. Then we can leave it at that. Next, we have variants. If you click on add variant, you can choose, say, there's a drink size at a restaurant. You can either choose small, medium, large. This is basically the same concept. So we can either add small as well as option values of whether it be black, yellow, medium as well. So we're just going to go with that. And then just for sake of filling this in, just add S as well as large. And then that is it for our variants. Now we need to check what we want to. Mustafa, do you mind going over how to go over the different pricings for the variants?
Yeah, regarding different prices, it's as simple as that. When you have like different variants or different sizes or different colors, some colors are in more in demand or more in supply, and that basically it's basic economics that dictates what your pricing is going to be. So usually it's the same concept as when you go into a coffee shop and you have like small, medium, and large. But when you're working with watches, it could be different based on the band. That is, it's about the difference in weight, the difference in color, the difference in style, the difference in brand, and so on and so forth. So you can have like multiple different variants of the same watch or the same product and have like different prices according to it. So small would be obviously something that's cheaper, large would be something that's more expensive, medium would be in the average range, and you can use a plenty of economic, psychological, uh, whatever you want to call it. So it's some psychology says where you raise the price on something larger and reduce the price on something smaller. So that way people would most likely go for the medium stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. And then finally, there is the search engine listing. Now, I didn't go over this because it is a little more complicated, but if you see here in the top of the page, there is include an online store. This is a toggleable option, but if you toggle this option on, it will add the search engine listing options available and add them to where they're available to you. Um, like I said, a lot more complicated. If you want to learn more, please feel free to reach out. So once this is done, we can hit save. All right. And then everything is already set up within Stripe. And then go on back. And here we have Mustafa's watch within our products. All right. And Mustafa, do you want to take it over from here?
absolutely. All right. So when you're working with products, it's not exactly something that's always physical. It could be digital as well. So when we're talking about digital, it could be a service as well. It could be courses as well. And by for that, I just wanted to show you one thing which might be very interesting. So we were working with one of our clients, and they have like an online courses, and within their courses and communities they have like different courses set for different prices. Now these courses can be considered products as well, and when you're making products, you have the option of choosing to show these particular courses or these particular products within this membership page as well. So you can do that as well. Apart from that, you have courses like apart from that, you have digital products like services. It could be troubleshooting, or it could be a service that you're providing, ones that you can easily find on Upwork, on Fiverr, like for freelancers, or it could be something like you're providing as an outsourcing. So whatever it is, it entirely depends upon what your services are. And once you understand what your services or your products are, then you go on to the next step. Because once you do have the products, the next step is you showcasing that products so that people can actually visit or get the direction to purchase that product. And that's what I'm about to show. So as Cohen already showed you, you can add any title you want. You can add a description. The description can be changed out, or it could be edited to show much more details or less details. It could be entire blog or novel as well. Not novel, novel. Yeah. A novel as well, you can write an entire story if you want, give it some background information and things like that just to hype it up. Not needed. I'm just trying to use it as a filler content. You can enable product labels so that it's easily searchable within your online store. And the difference between an online store versus not to be used in an online store is, if you don't use an online store, or online store would be your, as it says, an online store, it could be used within your funnels, your landing pages, your forms, your calendars as well. So you can sell your product in different places as well. The only reason that you might not want to put that into an online store is, if you have a product which is only for a certain time period or for a certain season, you might not want to add it into an online store, so that once that time ends, or once that product is no longer with you, you don't want it to show up in your online store. Or maybe you're not going to the route of setting up an online store. Yeah, something like that. Under the prices where you set the price, you have like multiple options. One, not multiple, two options: one time or recurring. You can set it either way, if it's a one time cost or it's a recurring cost. Usually digital services are something that you uses recurring cost, not the physical products, because once you have shipped it out, the person has received it, they might not pay further on, probably. Anyways, so you can include, if it's a recurrent something, if it's a recurrent product, which usually means it's a digital product, you can include a number of trial days so the person can check it out for a number of days before they start getting billed for it. You can also break it down into monthly payments, and you can also put up a set of fee as well. So for example, if we are providing a service for you, which is a software, we can have it be a setup of, let's say, $100. So when you purchase this service for the first month, the first month's fee will be including the setup fees as well. And if the product fees itself is, let's say, $50, you'll be getting charged $150 after the trial period has ended, and then you get charged for the monthly recurring payment for whatever it is. Or it could be a payment option in which you're paying for the entire year spanned out in 12 months. So you can select its number of payments are 12, the setup fees are 100, the number of trial period is 14, and the amount would be, let's say, $50. So the first month it would be 150 after 14 days, and then it would be 50 dollars for each month after that. And obviously you do not need to track the inventory unless you're working with a limited amount of clients. That's it. So the option that I just showed you previously, which was the membership course of this particular page, share this tab. You see these courses. Now this is the membership area. So it's a community area where you can have all your customers or your clients or all your people in one place, where they can view your content and view other products of yours, and they can go into the discussion and see all your different links and have a communication with each other. But within that, they have the learning center over here, where they have added products which are courses. How to add those products that you're making within the system over here is simply by enabling this membership offer. And then you'll have to craft a membership offer based on the product if you have one. And as soon as you select it and you save it, that will be saved as a membership offer, which would be shown in your communities as well. So that's one place where your product will show up within the communities. It's usually for either webinars, masterclasses, courses, certification programs, things like that. Now, let's discard this and show you the next place where you can see these products being shown up. So if I go to sites, now, when we were making products, the button on top said online store. You can check that store over here. No, I don't need to onboard. I already know what I'm doing. Or maybe I'm not. Anyways, so I can just craft a new store. Click on new store. Either I can choose from a templates where there are multiple templates to choose from, or I can create a new store. So if I'm doing, let's say, perfect, a marketing merchandise store, I'm gonna save this, continue, and wait for it to add. Again, if you do not want to use a template and you don't want to start from scratch, you can let us know so we can help you, or we can build it out for you. Either way. Now, within the template, we have get, even either you use a template or you use a new store, these 5 pages are all automatically added. The first one is the product list, in which you have the list of all the different products you have. Then you have the product details. in which it shows one product that you have chosen from the previous page. It gives you more detail on that. Then you have the cart, so in which you have selected a product. It shows all the different products that you have added. Then the checkout page and the thank you page. Everything that you see can be customized, including the name, the text color, and things like that. Although there's a limit to what you can edit, but you can edit to a certain level that your brand colors and your brand message stays on point. So that's one thing what people are usually very nitpicking about, and that's good as well. So this is a store where all your different products are created and managed over here. Now, over here, all these products are default products. None of them have been entered, but they have populated this just so that it's visually more appealing when you're working with it. So you have like different products over here. You can select how many products you want to show. On the right hand side, you can manage the products. You can enable the sorting on the feature as it says over here. You can enable the filtering as well, and things like that. Filter by availability or filter by price. So you have multiple different options to play with. And yeah, so this is where your all the products that you just made to be included in the online store will pop up. Now, if you don't want an online store, and again, I can just add this online store to your existing website, or you can make it a part of your website. So within your website, you can have multiple different products or multiple different links, and one of the link takes your visitors to an online store. People usually use an online store for their merchandising, for their merchandise. For example, their caps, their shirts, not shoes, but different items like mugs or bottles or things like that. Anything that can include a fan following or brand following. So that's one thing. Apart from that, if you do not want to include it into an online store where it's a combination of different products, you can have each product being a separate landing page, but you wouldn't be choosing the store for that. You would be choosing the funnels or the landing page. So if I go over to the existing funnel that has already been made, I just click on it, or you can just start from new. The reason I'm explaining the different places to put your products is so you understand that it's not like the one shoe fits all kind of routine. It's so that you understand that you have plethora of different options to play with. So if I'm working for myself and I'm trying to sell my watch, might be wanting to put it up on an online store, or I might want to build out a separate landing page that I can then utilize using my email marketing or SMS marketing or my social media marketing to bring traffic to that particular landing page in which my watch is the only thing in the showcase. And then I'm going to refresh the page because somehow, now there are multiple different places where you can add a product as well. One of them, as I just mentioned, was the funnels or the landing page. I just click on the plus button. Now, within the plus button, if I did had a store, the store would pop up over here between these two, and I can just carry this forward. Over here, if I click on plus, countdown, plots, one step to order. Yeah, so I can add a two-step order form or a one-step order form. So this would be the one-step order form in which it contains everything. So the company name, the shipping address, the payment and everything. Or it could be a two-step order form, which would be this, in which the shipping is first entered, and I can over here within the options remove and hide the shipping, because if it's not a physical product, I don't need to ship it, I just need to send it. So it would contain the company name, full name, email address, and phone number. And within your info, it would be something like this, the payment section where they need to select a card. Now, once that's done, I click save, but that does not mean I've shown you how to include a product within this particular page. So I'm gonna wait for it to save. Perfect. Go back. Then I'm going to go into this little button that says product. So this funnel page is created for one product. I'm going to go into the product section and click on add a product. So for that two-step order form to populate the product, it needs to be connected to a product. That makes sense. And if I had a product, I'll just click on that product and it would be connected to it. So this way I can have one landing page having one product as a showcase. So I can have like multiple different products being shown on a previous landing page, as I just showed you in the store, and each one would have its own own landing page and own product. Yeah, something like that. Apart from that, you can even add products into forms as well. So if I go into the forms builder, and the same concept would apply on the service as well. If I just click on this marketing offer, marketing claim, no, marketing form, I can just scroll down towards the left hand side where it says payment. I can sell a product as well. So I can just click on this one, and then I can just add products. So click on add a product and then select the product. So this way I can add the product in the form as well. And now I can either use the form within the funnel, or I can use the product directly in the funnel or the landing page. And this is how you can place your products in multiple different places. Now, the question is, or the usual problem that people have is, we have the products, we understand the products, we understand the services that we are selling. Where should we place it? And that all depends upon your personal strategy. If you want to place it on an online store where people can find similar options, they can upsell, you can upsell them, or you can bundle your different products together by offering some discounts or a reduced price, something like that. You can go that route. That usually works for people who are working in an e-commerce store or drop shipping or things like that, or merchandising store. Otherwise, you can create products to be included in your courses, in your membership area, for your community, your existing community, where they can choose a course they want to purchase, maybe a certification they want to purchase. It could be a webinar or something like that that they want to see, they want to pay to see, to understand. So it's a learning opportunity. It could be used by educators and teachers and coaches around the globe, like lifestyle coaches, yoga coaches, financial coaches, and things like that. Or it could be any sort of certification that you're either providing as an nationally accredited as a nationally accredited certification provider, or it could be something that's only limited to your agency or your organization. It could be something that only OverPower Marketing is providing, and someone who has that, it could be serving as a beneficial for them in their career, for example. Apart from that, you can put it in your forms, you can put it into surveys, you can put it on landing pages, wherever you want to drive traffic. So if I'm a social media marketing guru or an expert, I'll just put it up on a landing page and drive traffic from social media to my landing page. But if I am focusing my SEO and my paid ads to boost my online store, I'm going to add my products in the online store, so that all my contributions towards my online store, that will highlight all the existing products. So think of it that way. You can also add enable processing charges if you want. Fees incurred in processing customer payments, like credit card processing fees. So you can add the processing fees into the product as well. So I can just click on enable. The charge would be Amex card, for example. It could be a 5% or a 2%, and enable it for survey, funnels, forms, and the payment lengths, not invoices and estimates at this moment. And I just click on save. And wherever I create a product in either a payment link, a funnel, a form, or a survey, that particular 2% charge will be already be added, so for a payment like a credit card payment. So yeah, I think that would be it. Shipping origin, I could have like different Mustafa the landscaper. This is one of my not dreams, just an example case study. Shipping and delivery, and you can add multiple different things when you're working with products, but this is just to show you what more you can work on. But then again, I've only been able to scratch the surface of what we offer or what the system offers. If you have a specific case study or a specific thing that you're trying to accomplish within the software regarding to products, let us know, and we will be able to help you with that, sort it out, and set it all up. And the more things that you have set up within the software, it will enable you and us to provide you a completely seamless solution for it. Why? Because all of the things that we just showed you are interconnected within my favorite tool, which is called automation. So just wanted to show you this once. I will try not to expand this unlimited or expand this infinitely. But within workflows, you have like different triggers which would set off these workflows. And within that, you have something regarding to form submitted. what am I trying to find? Trying to find something regarding the product. So the product has been started. If it's a membership course, if someone starts a product or completes a product, and here is the payments one. If an invoice, it could be something when a payment has been received and someone needs to be internally notified about that, or a task needs to be created. So for example, if someone purchased the service from us regarding the system, as soon as the payment is received, I should receive an email to set, for example, Cohen is the one who purchased it. I'll get an email to set Cohen up or provide him the onboarding or send him the email automatically where he can book a time slot for an onboarding. Whenever an order has been submitted, it could send an email. For example, the order could be a graphic design job. It would send an email to my graphic designing team saying that you have to fulfill this order ASAP, and that starts that process. It could be working with estimates, subscriptions, refunds. Whenever refund has been claimed, the system can automatically send out the refund. A coupon code has been applied if someone uses a coupon code, or if the coupon code's redemption limit has been reached, what to do then. If a coupon code has been expired or has been redeemed. And when you use an online store, it is something like Shopify, so you can have like abandoned checkouts. So if someone has added a bunch of things to the cart but did not purchase it, you can have some sort of an automation to remind them, to nurture them, to ask for the feedback. If an order has been placed, what to do. If an order has been fulfilled, what to do. And it goes on and on and on. So that's just a trigger. If I click on actions, it would be something different, but not entirely. Let's see. It's all about the internal management, as I was mentioning earlier, but you can do like increase opportunities. You can even send invoices, send estimates, send a recurring invoice, or do a one-time charge on Stripe, or you can just send documents and contracts as well. So when you're working with products, which is the actual backbone of every industry or every business, it's really important to understand where or how to make the products, where to place them, and how to manage it all together. Because when you are working on a very high scale, you don't have the time or you don't have the mental capacity or capability left to focus on the nitty gritties of the business, which should have been taken care of in the foundational level or in the starting level. So when you're working with products or services, it's really important that you set it up once and you set it up right. And that's where we come in. We can provide you the expertise. As just before the recording was initiated, we were having a discussion just about that, about how we can provide, well, not our expertise, but our somewhat specialization regarding the system. But if there's anything else that you want to talk to us about or reach to us, Cohen, can you show them the ways in which they can reach out to us?
So, very first thing is in the top right corner of your sub account, you're going to see this blue question mark. Through here, you'll be introduced with help and support. You can start a Zoom call, start a chat, or raise a support ticket. Basically, all kinds of support options are available to you, and that is the help and support. Next, in the bottom right, you'll probably see this widget, and this is going to be the support knowledge base. Now, here you're going to have access to plenty of articles relating to OPM tools. You just search whatever your issue is, and there will be plenty of articles relating to that issue. Or if you want to just learn more about the assets available to you, that can help as well. And over here with this chat icon right here, you'll be introduced with the support chat. Basically, you'll be able to chat with our 24/7 live chat service and ask them any questions about OPM tools. Any questions that you have, feel free to ask them. Additionally, you can also access the support knowledge base on the left-hand side over here. The exact same thing is available on this side, it's just on a larger screen. And next is the submit request. If you feel like your problem or issue, or you just have something that you're wanting to implement within your sub account, this is where you would want to go, and you want us to do it for you, this is what you would use. So you just fill the fields accordingly. And once you do that, we will set up a meeting with you and I'll be more than happy to help. Yeah, those are all the ways to get in contact with us, get in contact with our support team, and yeah, just help better your business through OPM tools. Yeah, I want to thank Mustafa for helping with this Tuesday workshop. It was very informative. and we hope to continue giving you more guides on how to better your sub account within OPM tools.
I'm looking forward to be receiving emails, and I hope to see you all in the NetSuite's Tuesday workshop session. Thank you, everyone, and